station on 295 is sounding pretty loudly here on 290 Bob. On BLD, and you hear about W5OG? Stepped away. John, WA6LJS. Are you hearing the station is flattering down from 295?
No, I'm not. I don't hear the splattering, but I was on a phone call, but I'll listen there. W5OG, WA6LJS.
Stories, he's splattering pretty bad. He's about an F6 with me at the test, so there won't be too much interference, but he is
W5OG N5B.
Morning, Lee. I do hear you in there. You're probably hearing that splattering station from 295.
Oh my God, he is amazing. He's almost bandage to bandage when he keys on and keys his mic. I've got multiple filters placed on top of him, and he's busting right through it. So he's not making the Georgia SDR, but he's killing me locally.
When they're that wide, it covers most of our pass band, so it's difficult to get rid of it. You can narrow it right on down, but if he's even wider than 290, so we're not going to be able to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, his IMD is like 15 wide. N5BE, stand by for the next.
BCI, like Bravo, Charlie, India, over. Sure, we've got 8 minutes or so if you want to call Bob. W2WLD, Bill. W2WLD, are you hearing me, Bill? W5OG?
Hi, Dale. Not locally, but when I try to tune in on his frequency, he is so compressed, he's almost unintelligible. I mean, it's unbelievable. W2 WLD.
Yeah, the guy is very wide. All he needs to do is cut back on his gain. He probably would improve that significantly. Anyway, there's a WB2 BGI, Bravo Golf India, that wants to chat there a minute.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him. WB2 BGI, W2 WLD. Hi, Nick. Okay, very good. Well, we had a nice luncheon, and you were discussed. I filled them in. And have a safe trip back, you and Joanne, over. Yeah, Mike was at the luncheon, and he looked pretty good, so that's all good. And, yeah, you can't go through Pennsylvania without getting chocolate, over. you at the luncheon in May. WB2BGI, W2WLB.
WW5 EMZ Mike, put Don on the list. Will be a short timer. That's K0ZNC. Thank you. K1BOB. KJ5 BWB. Dale probably can't hear you too close. We'll get you on the list there. Mike, if you'd add Willie, KJ5 BWB, please. K1BOB.
Already on there. KJ5 BWB. I do hear you, Willie. You're pretty light right now on the SDR, but I heard you.
S5 incopyable Willie in Idaho, and you're going against someone that's splattering all over frequency. K1BOB, good morning to you.
Jack, Cam4 CAX, W5OG. You need to be a short time this morning?
No, I'm just around.
Hey, Marty Fine. That's Cliff, W5PIX. Are you in there this morning? Over. Bob, appreciate the offer. John's already set up with it. I think K1BOB will handle it. Are you back home at Lutz?
Okay.
You must be back at Lutz. I guess you had no trouble switching the antennas.
November, Romeo 5 X-ray.
5OG, we'll be starting up in that here in about 2 minutes.
NR5X, clear.
Okay, it's now 1500 Zulu. This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. My name is Dale, Delta Alpha Lima Echo. I'm located in East Texas, about 100 miles east of Dallas, out in the country, and I'll be the net control station for the Air Force Flyers Club this Thursday morning. The school meets on this frequency at this time every day of the year. Members of our group are active duty, retired, and veterans of the military air forces from all branches. We include air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, and support personnel from pretty much all the disciplines, anyone involved with military aviation. I'd like to welcome visitors to join us on the net. You can check in anytime. The purpose of our group is to promote fellowship between those of us radio amateurs who spend a portion of our lives supporting the missions of our armed forces. As a control net, contact net control, please use the word contact, relay, info, or check-in. Nice website. You can find out all about the group. The address is airforcesflyersclub.org. Again, airforcesflyersclub.org. List on NetLogger, and the NetLogger is WW5ENZ this morning. Mike up in Oklahoma City, in that area, and he's so if you'd like to join the net, you can check in there, or I will stand by here just shortly for over-the-air check-ins as well. We do have an Echolink node. It's AFFC under the conference tab of Echolink. If you'd like to listen in there, we back up the HF with the Echolink, and we do wind up with an after the net. You get together after the 73 round. We will come back around for the 73 round. Let's see. So have the following stations on the NetLogger list. I've got K0ZNC Don, and he is indicated as a short timer. We'll see if that's the case. I've also got Mike, WW5ENZ, Commander Bob, K1BOB. I've got John, WA6LJS, and Willie from Belton, Texas, KJ5BWB. Chris is receive only, KS5KY. I've got Lee, my neighbor to the west here in Arlington, November 5 Bravo Echo. Officers here this morning, KF7GJO, so we'll all need to be on our best behavior. Tom, KA4YES, and Joe, W5ABI in Las Cruces there. Got to Bill, W2WLD up in New York, and Ray in New Jersey, WB2JJO. We've got K4YDB Charlie, and he's doing live streaming, although I don't see it up yet. Maybe I haven't clicked the right buttons here. I'll work on that here in a minute, Charlie. Hopefully you've got the live stream up and going with the question of the day. Got Bob, K2SJP, back home in Lutz there. And K6 Papa X-Ray, who's receive only. That's Steve from the Tailhook Navy out in San Diego. And to you, Steve. Got Jack, AM4CAX, and Professor Bob in X6RG. I've got W5PIX Mobile. I don't think I've heard him yet. I'm not sure if he, well, no, it says he's online, so he's definitely there with us. So good morning to you there, Cliff. Mike, KQ6E, and WX7 Lima Lima Art in New River, Arizona. The W0 Charlie Oscar Sierra Mobile. It says QRP with 5 watts headed to Kansas City, so we'll see if we can hear you there, Rick. I'll try and get you early on the net. That's you, Rick, W0COS. I hear you, Q5, about an S5 here. No problem, Rick. So good morning to you. Yeah, we'll get to you early there. All right, that's the list as I have it so far. Are there any other check-ins, any additional over-the-air check-ins? Call now, W5OG. Yeah, I think you're still talking there, Rick. Got you. Any other check-ins? Call now, W5OG. Kilo Quebec 4, Kilo Juliet Victor. Do I have that correct? Over. AQ4 Kilo Juliet Victor. Your name in QTH. Over. Early as a guest there. AQ4K JV. You've been in here before, though, have you not, Jim? You're in my noise as well. You're not real strong, but I've got you on the list. All right, any other check-ins? Call now, W5OG. Kilo something 7. Is it Bravo Juliet Yankee? Give me your call again if you would, please. Over. What's your name? John, well, I do hear you in there from Wyoming. Kilo Charlie 7, Bravo Juliet Yankee. And it's John, Jon. Same way WA6LJS spells his John. All right, mighty fine. We've got you on the list. Let's go out to the other John. WA6LJS, put a call out for check-ins there from the West Coast, if you would. John, W5OG.
I will go. This WA6LJS relaying for net control for the Thursday morning Airport Flyers Net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Call now. All's quiet out west. Back to you, Dale.
John, let's try Bill, W2WLD, if you'd put a call out from the East Coast there, Bill, W5OG.
Certainly. This is W2WLD, upstate New York. Relay for net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club net. We're taking check-ins, members or guests. Call now. No, I don't hear anything, Dale.
Bill, thank you for that. Let me just take a quick standby and see if there of the list that we have so far, any short timers. Any short timers that have not been identified, call now, W5OG. Not very many. We can go ahead and get the question out of the way. I do have a question for the day. It should be up on the live stream. Let me see if I can get that going here. I don't skip ahead to live broadcast. It says, okay, yeah, we've got the question running and my smiling face up there, ugly as it is. The question of the day is a little bit of history, and it's a very simple question. We talked about this before, but it's appropriate to perhaps cover it again today. And it has to do with the Globemaster aircraft. The C-17, as we all know, the great airplane that it is named the Globemaster 3. The Globemaster 3 is a fine aircraft. The earlier Globemaster 2 was the C-124. And as we know, Professor Bob had the opportunity to fly the airplane. I was a little bit, well, I don't know. We're about compatriots, I think, but I was just behind the Globemaster. I flew the C-141. But anyway, the Globemaster 2 was the old shaky, the C-124. Of the day is what aircraft was the original Globemaster? Was the original Globemaster? Was it A, the Curtiss C-46? Or was it B, the Douglas C-54? Or Charlie, the Douglas C-74? Or the Delta is the Douglas C-132. The C-132. Answer for question 1 is A, the C-46, B, the C-54, or C, the C-74, or D, the C-132. And question number 2, another simple, easy question. How many of the original Globemasters were built? How many of the original Globemasters were actually built? Was it A, 350, or B, 250, or C, 100, or D, 14? That the answers again for question for the question 2 is how many were yeah, the question number 2 is how many of the original Globemasters were built, and the answers are A, 350, B, 250, C, 100, or D, 14. Question of the day. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll go to Don, K0ZNC. Good morning to you, Don, and I'll get you brought in by K1BOB. Go ahead, Bob, if you bring in Don, W5OG.
Wilco, K1BOB, and Don, you're up. Go ahead. Good morning.
K0ZNC. Don. Longmont, Colorado here, and hope everyone had a restful evening. Beautiful spring day in the offing here in Colorado. At our elevation anyway, it's really nice. We're 5,050 out up there, if I recall correctly. Let's see, let's run down on the weather here. It's 57 degrees, sunshine, going up to a high of 75, 0% chance of moisture, which is not good, man. We need the moisture for weather prevention. Actually, we got an angular runoff going because of the 1 days. The rivers are running pretty high. Methane is playing a dangerous problem, so as far as I know, I haven't heard of anything. Let's see, the 2 questions on the Globemaster. I have absolutely no idea. Put me down for question number 1, Charlie. Answer Charlie. And question number 2, put me down for Delta. Delta. We'll give that a try. Well, let's see if I don't have anything else. Give me a shout on the 72 round. I most likely will be here, however, unless I get all the way. So, I'll turn it back to you, Dale. W5OG via K1BOB, K0ZNC. Everybody have a good day.
K1BOB back to net, and I apologize for the dinglings in there. It was a camera catching something and letting me know. K1BOB, back to you, Dale.
Hey, no problem, Bob. I hope you're not being robbed there. Probably a big elk coming into your yard. All right, good live stream, or I was able to hear you well, Don, so that was a good copy there. And we will probably look for you on the 73 round to see if you're still there. All right, let's go to our first mobile this morning. That was W0 Charlie Oscar Sierra with running 5 watts there. Rick, go ahead. You're up, W5OG.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a
Rick, are you in an 18-wheeler by any chance? Right, Alpha and Alpha. Mighty fine. Your GMC motorhome. Well, that's great. 50-year-old. Oh, my goodness. I do some RVing. We do RVing ourselves in a motorhome. So, anyway, good to hear you this morning. You got a potent signal for 5 watts. I don't know what kind of antenna you're using, but it's doing a mighty fine job there for you. All right. Well, we'll keep you on the list there. You're going to be sticking around for the 73 round there, Rick, over? Stick around for the 73 round, Rick. Okay, well, we'll be back to you on the 73 round there. Okay, let's see. Next on the list would be, let me get the other visitor here, KQ4KJV in Wyoming there. KQ4KJV. John, you're up for the net, W5OG. Bye, Jim. We'll get you there in just a second. Is your call? The station that just said over. Would you repeat your call, please? W5OG. KC7 BJY. Yeah, I've got you also there. Stand by there, Jim from Wyoming there. KC7 BJY. That's the John that's in Wyoming, and unfortunately we had both of you talking there at once. So let me just get you there, John. KC7 BJY. Anything else for the net this morning? Over.
No, nothing else.
We appreciate your checking in. All right, and the other station there, KQ4KJV. You are a member, are you not there, Jim? Hey. Sometimes we get things confused here on the net with the net logger. If we get the call sign correct, it works out usually, but unfortunately we don't always put in the right stuff. It's garbage in and garbage out sometimes. And I apologize for that, Jim. I know that you're in Florida and you are a member. So anything else for the net this morning there, Jim, before we move on? Over. All right, mighty fine there, Jim. Thank you for checking in with us, and I apologize about the confusion there. All right, let's move along. Let's see who's next on the list here. I've got Mike at WW5ENZ. Good morning again, Mike, and thanks for helping with the net logging. You're up, W5OG.
Yeah, good morning, W5OG, WW5ENZ. Yeah, I guess I kind of screwed up there, but I was not getting those call signs there for some reason. It was just 2 weeks, so I don't know. I may have fat fingered one or something myself also, but yeah. Anyway, it's yeah. We'll figure it out. I know. Anyway, as far as the question goes, is you get to the top and it's you got to be quick on these things. So I'm going to go. Kind of, when I could duplicate a problem that was written up in the 781, I would do something called C and D. So today, on this question, I'm going to go C and D. Anyway, everybody take care, and I think we've got it worked out as far as net controls on Friday and Saturday. I'm planning on doing it Saturday, so anybody out there understand, just to make sure I didn't get it confused. Anyway, all right, back to net, W5OD, WW5ENZ.
Thank you, Mike. We got all of that. No problem. Coming in good on the SDR. Hey, let's go to the Commander Bob, and I guess do we have a net control for tomorrow, Bob? K1BOB, W5OG.
K1BOB, good morning, everybody on the net. Yeah, I'd like to thank Willie, KJ5BWB. He did volunteer, but I wrote him a note and thanking him. I don't mean to quash any aspirations of anybody, but we for those who don't know, we have a bit of a vetting process on who we elect to be subs and net controllers. Anyway, those are my thoughts, and I confer with the other officers on these things. And for somebody to come right out of the clear blue sky there, I have no doubt Willie could do it. He's a very sharp man, and he picks up things very fast. And I know Willie is doing a net on VHF there, and he's a quick study, a quick learner. I just wonder, sometimes we have a hard time hearing you, Willie, right now. And when I get somebody for a net or ask him to do it, we're looking for somebody that's probably got some power and maybe a better antenna and is a little more mature operations, have time to do those things. I know you're pretty new to it, but by gosh, you do get in. I could hear you this morning, a little light, as most mornings. But thank you, Willie, for volunteering. I do not mean to quash anybody that's excited about doing it. We'll talk in the future here, Willie, that's for sure. So I'll take the net tomorrow there for Mike, no problems. I think I'm one ahead on questions, and so it's probably my turn to throw in the hat on that. And I will do Mike's net tomorrow, and Mike we convinced to do it on Saturday, so that works out fine. And let's see. Oh, wow, that's an amazing question there. This is going to be interesting. Things aren't as they appear. So the kind of the orders are out on Globemaster 3 and then Globemaster 2, I guess, was the newer model. So I don't know. I'm in the thick of that. So I don't think it's A or B. I'm just going to eliminate those. I'm pretty familiar with those. Now the C and D, the C-74, C-132, I have no idea. So I suspect it's one of those. Never heard of a C-132, and I don't want to look it up. So I'm going to go with Charlie. Don said Charlie. I wrote down in case you didn't hear Don, but he said Charlie on the first one. So I'm going to Charlie out. The second one, all I can do is numbers. I have no idea, but every number produced the aircraft was right down to the single digits. There weren't numbers like 350, 250, or 100. Those are kind of artificial cutoffs. It's usually something a little odd, like 14. And seeing that may have been the predecessor there, they liked it, but not that much, and they went on to the other stuff. So I'm going to answer Delta on the second one, Delta on the second day, Dale. I hope that made some sort of sense, because I really don't know, and this is a learning one for me on the old transport. I knew a couple of them, but not some of these. So anyway, I'll send it back to net. I will take the net. I will take the net, and that's absolutely no offense to Willie at all on that. I appreciate the enthusiasm and waving your hand, Willie. Thank you very much for that. I wrote you a note yesterday. So this is K1BOB, and back to net control.
Okay, fine, Bob, Charlie, and Delta for your answers, and got that duly recorded. And let's see, we got Bob is in there twice now for some reason. NetLogger is doing mysterious things, and we did get. I know I went to the chief there this morning, Mike. Oh, there he is. Now he's back. All right, he says Charlie and Delta too. But now we've lost Bob, K1BOB. Anyway, maybe you'll get it straightened out there. Let's go to John, WA6LJS. Straighten us out there, John. You're up, W5OG.
Yeah. W50G, WA6LJS, good morning to the net. Yeah, I don't know what's going on Net Logger. I've been watching it, and it's bouncing around. For once, couple of the visitors were different call signs, but duplicate information, and then they disappeared and came back. So it's strange what's going on. But anyway, good morning to the net. And let's see, in answer to your question, let's see here. I wrote something down. Okay, yeah, for the first question, I think that the first answer is C. Charlie. The C-74 used to be, or was the original Goldmaster. And on the second question, put me down for another C. Charlie, 100 were made, I think. So Charlie for my answer. And other than that, it's still very overcast here. We're starting to see a little broken cloud, but it rained last night again. I just don't know when the rain's going to quit out here. We've just had so much this season there. It's good for one thing, but it's bad for the weeds out here. It's a real mess. I'm just contracting with some weed guys yesterday and supposed to hear something today also to get all this stuff cleared out, because if I leave it another couple months, it'll turn brown and become a real fire hazard. So anyway, back to you, and thanks for running things, Dale. W50G, WA6LJS.
Yeah, John, mighty fine. That's your answer is Charlie. And let's go to Willie. See, Willie, good morning again, Willie. I did hear you on the SCR there this morning. So, and do appreciate your volunteering for the net control. I'm sure we can work you into the schedule there sometime. KJ5 BWB. Go ahead, Willie. You're up. W5OG.
Sorry about that. W5OG in the group, KJ5BWB. Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I was just offering. I know sometimes it's hard to find net controllers on the VHF repeaters around here, so never hurts to offer. But yeah, I do have a really big amplifier, but also it's a little intimidating to hook up, so I don't know. I may eventually though. Well, I have it, not use it, Roger. But I'm not real sure about the question, so I'm just gonna Charlie out and say Charlie. Seems good. So I'll be here to the bottom and send it back to you, Dale. W5OG, KJ5BWB.
Willie, solid copy there. And I'll tell you what, I'll make you an offer if you've got your neighbor there. James, if you want to learn how to use the Flex radio, you're welcome to use my station. If you want to do if you'd like to try your hand at being a net control, I would recommend that you're welcome to use my station if you like, and I can give you the information on how to do that. So we can talk about that in the future, but that's an option that we might want to pursue. I don't know. All right. Anyway, I did get you 100% there, Willie. You got your Charlie. Let's move along. Let's go. Let's see. We got KS5KY is listening only this morning. That's Chris. Good morning to you, Chris. Let's go to Lee at N5 Bravo Echo in Arlington. I'm sure Lee will have no problem with this the history question this morning. N5B, go ahead, Lee. You're up. W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG, N5B. Let me tell you an airlift story real quick. After Desert Storm, Lockheed approached us on coming up with a wing and ground effect concept aircraft in order to move heavy lift cargo long distances and not be dependent on shipping and the limited C-5 aircraft that were available, and not having a compliant enemy like we had during Desert Shield during the buildup. So we studied this. The Russians had a couple of these. One of them, the big one called the Caspian Sea Monster, which still exists, by the way. It's washed up on a beach out there in the Caspian Sea. And so we looked at this real hard, and we finally came to the conclusion that in order to make this thing that big, to fly at that gross weight in ground effect over the ocean, it would have required about 10 GE90 engines at 110,000 pounds thrust each. We decided the whole concept was not viable, so that one got canned. But an example of working with the Skunk Works on projects that sometimes come along and sometimes they don't. The C-74, oh my, what a beautiful airplane. To me, it's right up there at the Constellation for beauty for a multi-engine transport aircraft. So I'm going to go with C, I'm going to go with Delta. And the reason I know a lot of this stuff, I was an avid reader of Wings and Air Power magazine back in the day. So my memory banks are still full of all that info there, Dale. So we won't see you tomorrow. I got babysitting duties, going to the zoo with the grandchild, so we'll see you Saturday. I'll be here for 73. W5OGN5B.
Okay. Interesting about that in ground effect vehicle there, whatever it's called. 10 engines. Well, it's probably a good thing that they didn't follow through with that there, Lee. Good luck with your babysitting duties tomorrow. Enjoy the trip to the zoo. Sounds like fun. Let's move along to Carl, Camp 7 GJO. Good morning again, Carl. You're up, W5OG.
Taken off my right arm. Well, I tell you what, I talked about getting blood from the turnips. I know I'm definitely no turnips. Boy, I think they really got loose. Anyway, I got this humongous bandage on my right arm, and otherwise, everything else seems to be copacetic, I guess. I wish propagation would get back to what it was a week or so ago, though. Don't tell me that the 11-year cycle is already turning south again. Okay, interesting question. And, boy, I was really half-tempted to research this one. I'll tell you. But to pass this with a little introduction, I know what I prefer the C-46. Matter of fact, I used that airplane a couple of times. Indomitable Patriot book, as well as the C-54, so I know what they call that. So that's two we've eliminated. And C-162, I've never heard of. I'm guessing that would be a modification of a C-130, and the name of that airplane is not worked out yet. By elimination, I can only go with answer number C, which is the C-74. Now, as for question 2, if one of the answers had been 1, I would have opted for that one. Because something tells me this one was not an airplane that was built in that quantity. So, the closest that I could guesstimate would be D-Delta at 14. And so, who knows? Maybe this is the mystery airplane that I didn't know about. Only time will tell when you get the answer. So now, those are my guesses, and I'm going to stick to them until something changes my mind. I'll send it back to you. I'll be standing by for the second round, Dale.
Carl, mighty fine. Good deduction there, and got your answers. So, and you got a good signal this morning. Right around the 9 mark, and then you drop down a bit, but solid copy anyway. Let's see if we can get Tom through. KA4YES, if you've got the amplifier working there, Tom. You're up, W5OG. The Charlie 74, the C-74 was Answer Charlie. Answer Charlie there, Tom, over. Tom, solid copy there. You got your amplifier working good. Charlie and Delta. All right, let's move along to Joe, W5ABI. Good morning again, Joe, and Las Cruces, you're up, W5OG.
Yeah, good morning, Dale. W5OG, W5ABI. Nice, calm, sunny morning here in Las Cruces. About 77 degrees, supposed to go up to about 85. Supposed to get high winds later on, but we're used to them here. We're expecting to get our a new transceiver, our ICOM 7610, should be delivered today, so it'll probably take me a couple days to get it set up with some of the software I got in this 7300. I'm going to have to move it over, so that might take a little bit of time. Other than that, everything's fine here. Let me see, my answers. Wow, I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. And we'll be here at the bottom. Thanks for running the net. W5OG, W5ABI.
All right, Joe, mighty fine, good signal. You're that antenna of yours is working very fine. Even though it's not terribly high in the air, it seems like the hex beams work well, even at low elevations there. All right, let's go to Captain Bill, W2WLD. Good morning again, Bill. You're up, W5OG.
Thank you, Dale. Good morning, all at Propagation. Not too bad today. Beautiful day out. A little bit cool, but sunny and 56. I do have some errands to run. I'm going to make this one and done, Dale, but as far as your questions, I don't know myself, but I think I know whose paper to copy off of. So I'm going to go with Charlie on the original Globemaster, the C-74. And on the number built, I liked Bob's rationale for 14. So Delta for that. Charlie and Delta. Thank you, Dale. Everyone have a great day. 73. W5OG, W2WLD.
Hey, Bill. Yeah, 73. You have a good day, and always good to hear you on. Now let's try Ray, WB2J. I got your answers there, Bill, Charlie, and Delta. Let's go to Ray, WB2JJO. You're up, Ray, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJL. Well, good morning to you, Dale, and all the flyers on net. It's a beautiful day here in southern New Jersey. We have sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine, and 55 degrees. So we are looking at a pretty good day here, but we got a little bit of a wind. I don't know, 15, 20 mile an hour wind out there, but still in all, it's a beautiful day. And Dale, I'll tell you what, the Lumpkin SCR is doing very, very well for the whole entire net. I'm just about hearing everybody on the SCR, and I can still hear you on the actual radio. So you got a real good signal in here. You're pushing about an S5 or so. So with that there, I'm going to answer the question. I'm copying off of the elite people that are here. I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta, because honestly, I really don't know. But I'm going to copy off of Charlie. I'm going to copy off of what he called Chief Phil there, and I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. And also, I want to say hello to Charlie there. He's doing the live stream, and I really enjoy the fact that he puts the question on the live stream. It makes it so much easier to look at it and read it, and instead of try to copy everything. So thank you, Charlie, for that. So with that there, Dale, back over to you, and thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. W5OG from WB2JJL.
Okay, Ray. Solid copy, and got your answers there. And thank you for the comments on the live stream with the question there. Yeah, I think it does add something to the net for sure. And speaking of live stream, Charlie is doing that, the K4YDB, and I did not mention that at the start of the net, and I apologize. But most of the folks know that you can bring that up on YouTube. Just put in K4YDB, and you can see the net in progress from Charlie's station there. Charlie, go ahead. K4YDB, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Dale. Morning to all the flyers out there and the visitors. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Yeah, Ray, I enjoy putting those things up because I can sit there and look at it and look at it and look at it and say, well, trying to figure that out and make sure I read the question correctly, because there's always something in the question that changes things around. But anyway, as far as the question goes today, I'm just going to follow the pack and go with Charlie and Delta. Right now it's 72 degrees here. I'm supposed to get up to the low 80s today. I'm in my shorts again. I'm going to go out and see if I can play in the yard a little bit. I need to move my tractor. Get it cleaned up. I'm getting ready to take it and put it in the shop for its 100-hour service. Probably do that within the next couple of weeks. But anyway, I got to give my neighbor back his lawnmower. He's wanting me to buy it, but I don't think I'm interested in it right now. But nothing else is going to go on over here. I've been on the phone this morning with my doctor's office trying to figure out what's going on. They told me to call this number, and I called that number, and the people didn't get the work order, so I got to go back to them. So now I'm waiting for nothing. Anyway, you know what's going on with the doctor's office. Conditions right now are not bad. I was on the wrong antenna earlier this morning. I thought it was going to be bad, and I just realized I was on the wrong antenna. So I got that fixed, and Dale, you just came back up to where you normally are, S9 plus. But anyway, I'll turn it over to you, Dale, W5OG, K4YDB. I'm back to that.
Charlie, yeah, I saw your comment there that you are not hearing me well, so glad you got that sorted out. And yeah, you're 5.9 plus with me also. Got your answer there, and we do appreciate your doing the live stream. All right, let's go to Bob, K2SJP, back in Lutz. You're up, Bob. Good morning, W5OG.
W5OG. This is K2SJP. Hold on one second. I got the volume up on the SDR, and I'm echoing all over the place. Hello, we got a great day over here today. It's 81 degrees, nice and sunny. Very nice Tampa, Florida weather right now. Of course, it won't last. Coming up in another couple of weeks, we'll be back into that heavy humidity, which is not very comfy. So, well, no one perfect place to live in. Everything has got its pluses and minuses. And I'm hoping that James receives his letter today. I don't know if James is on here. I didn't notice. I hope he gets his letter today. I'll get on to Echolink afterward. And on the question, yeah, I'll go along with Bill on that. Charlie and Delta, that seems to be the consensus. I really do not know, but I'll go along with that. I think those guys are correct. And let's see. I appreciate you running the net today, Dale. And we'll be here till the end. And over on to Echolink. We got over here into Lutz this morning at about 5:30. We were up at 4 a.m. Went to sleep at 9 o'clock last night. Just really tired. So it's still there. That time zone change. It takes a while. Back to you, Dale. At W5OG, K2S, JP.
Hey, fine, Bob. Yes, it does. You know, sometimes it can, and you were over there long enough to completely get adjusted to that time zone, so you had the, another abrupt change when you came back home there. Anyway, good signal as always, and we're glad that you were able to join us here from the home station. All right, we'll just say hello to Steve, K6PX there in San Diego. Good morning to you, Steve, and move along to Jack, KM4CAX. Good morning again, Jack. You're up, W5OG.
Good morning, Dale. KM4CAX, Jack here in Georgia. Looks like we're going to have another beautiful day. The weather right now is 77, sunny. Go all the way up to 83. The weight to the end of the net and get the enter, and then about 73. I got a bunch of outdoor stuff I got to do before it gets too hot. As to the question, follow one of the 11 lines, Charlie, Delta, and at the end of World War II, I guess they probably touched it. Forgotten. First one to get the answer to the question.
Jack, and we'll say 73 to you since you are going to be one and done there. A very good morning to you. Got your answers, and do appreciate your being there as always. All right, let's go to Professor Bob, who has a good handle on this question, I'm sure, being that he flew the shaky, the C-124. I suspect that there's been a C-124 into every field in the world that's at least 3,000 foot long, Bob. That's just a guess from my experience with Mac. Over to you, Bob. NX6RG. Go ahead, W5OG.
W5OG, this is NX6RG. Well, good morning, Dale. Good morning to all the flyers. Oh, boy, I'll tell you, this turns out to be a day of remembrance. First, with your question there, brought back a lot of memories, and we had a lot of fun in my guard group flying the last 8, actually, that were still in service. And then I transferred civilian jobs up to Wright Pat, and a year after I transferred up there, one afternoon, in flew one of our C-124s with a crew that I knew very well from my guard group. They had flown it from Davis Monthan up to Wright Pat to put it in the Air Force Museum. So that's how one of those planes that I actually flew ended up in the Air Force Museum. And another plane that I flew on in the Air Force Museum was the Uriah, the Advanced Range Instrumentation Aircraft. It's an EC-135, and today I received an email every year in May, early May. We have an observance for on a training mission. But one of the things in that email which was interesting was a list of YouTube videos. So the first one that I looked at explains it pretty well. If you're ever curious about a very, very unique aircraft, and they were, just go into the search window there on YouTube and type in Araya. That's Alpha Romeo India Alpha Araya, the Vital Link. Araya, the Vital Link. And you'll have a pretty good glimpse into receive, record, and relay in near real time telemetry signals from rocket boosters, from spacecraft, from cruise missiles, even AMRAAM. We did tests on that. So it's a pretty interesting little video, and it'll give you a good glimpse on the mission and the equipment that was on that EC-135 that I flew on. So anyway, put me down for Charlie and Delta. Charlie for the first question, Delta for the second question. And I will be one and done today, Bill. I've got honor guard duties today, so I've got to leave here in just a few minutes. So with that, 7-3s, and we'll see everybody on the air tomorrow. W5OG, NX6RG.
All right, Bob. Well, very interesting about the EC-135. I've got that written down here, the Vital Link. Is it ARIA? Is that correct, Bob?
Yeah, Roger. It stands for the Advanced Range Instrumentation Aircraft. It used to be the Apollo Range Instrumentation Aircraft during the Apollo program, over.
Okay, mighty fine. ARIA, I've got that down, and I'll look it up on YouTube and look at that for sure. I'm sure that's very interesting. All right, 7-3 to you, Bob, and thanks always for your good comments and all your background there. Let's move along. Let's go to Mobile. Uncle Cliff in the Mobile, W5PIX. Good morning, Cliff. Again, you're up, W5OG. I may have been mistaken about Cliff being there. I don't hear him. Anybody hear Cliff? 5PIX, are you there, Cliff? W5OG? That's not. All right, let's break with Cliff and go to Mike in Anthem, Arizona. KQ6E, good morning, Mike. You're up, W5OG.
frequency testing, this is in use. There isn't any progress.
Also the C-124. But, so I'm going to go with Charlie, and I don't think there were very many of them. Charlie and Delta.
Right, Mike. Well, that's very interesting. You're one of the very few people that have actually been on board one of those aircraft, I think. Very interesting, and appreciate that. All right, let's go to Art. WX7 Lima Lima. I haven't heard you yet, Art. Hopefully you'll be in there. You're up, W5OG. Your answer there, Art, is Charlie and Delta. And good morning to you, and all okay on the WX there. All right, let's move along to James, KG5PTE. Glad you could join us this morning, James. You're up, W5OG.
Morning, Dale. W5OG, KG5PT. Just got in the shack from breakfast this morning in Killeen, Texas with some of the hams. I figured I'd just fire it up and check in for the numbers. Put me down for Charlie and Delta. I was listening on the SDR on the iPhone on the way home, but I had several phone calls, so I had to get off. So I'm back in the shack now, and I'll be here for the 73 round. Charlie and Delta, back to net control, W5OG, Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo.
James, not terribly strong this morning on the SDR, but I did hear all that. So mighty fine, got your answer there. Yeah, glad that you got back from your breakfast with the other ham. All right, that's the bottom of the list, unless I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody the first time through, W5OG?
W5PIX.
That comment there that I missed. Say it again, W5OG. All right, let me see if I can hear Cliff. W5PIX Mobile, are you there, Cliff? W5OG.
At W5OG, W5PIX. Well, I hope you hear me. I'm pretty loud on the Georgia. Anyways, well, I'm going to go Charlie Delta also. And I do want to thank Bob, NX6RG, for his story when we were all there at Dayton, standing in his airplane there at that C-74 at the museum there, and enjoyed his story. And, you know, I've always enjoyed watching the old airplanes fly, you know, because I was, you know, living there in Southern California, and then a lot of recips were definitely flying back then out of the Long Beach Airport there, where Douglas Aircraft was. And I used to run into North American there in Downey when they were working on the Apollo programs. But you know, the old Guppy used to fly the capsules. And I've had the Guppy fly in when I was up there in ADAC. So, but like I said, C and Delta for it. I don't want to take up too much time there, but I just sent Charlie a couple of pictures from the
one from the Dayton day there of the Memphis Bell, so he might put a snapshot of that in. And anyways, we're sitting here in Dallas. We got a bent rim on the trailer that I did not bend, and so we're waiting on a tire truck to come in here and change out the tire and the rim. So definitely got a good copy on most everybody. Did not hear Art, but I did hear Mike there, KQ60. That boy spends way too much time on the golf course. Cow pasture pull. Anyways, I appreciate everybody being out there. And James, you sounded real good on the Georgia Lumpkin SDR. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Dale. W5OG, W5PIX Mobile, Dallas, Texas.
Hey, fine, Cliff. Bob, NX6RG, are you still there by any chance, W5OG? She has left. I was curious about a remark you made there that that we saw the C-74 at the Air Force Museum. I don't think there's one there, Cliff, but maybe I'm wrong. I could definitely be wrong about that. I do have my book here, and I looked at it. It does not mention the C-74. Anyway, it is time for the answer to the ever intriguing question. It is a very simple question, and the question of the day, of course, was concerning the early Globemaster, the first airplane that entered into the realm of strategic airlift. And it was, the answer was, of course, the C-74, a very simple question, and I thought most of you would get it, and you did. So it was answer Charlie, the Douglas C-74. The unique feature about that airplane was that it had a double bubble for a cockpit. The pilot and the co-pilot were not using the same canopy, if you will. It had a double bubble. It was weird, and of course the Globemaster 1 actually morphed into the C-124, which was the Globemaster 2. They're similar in from their the aspect of the actual physical characteristics of the airplane, but the Globemaster 2, the C-124, was quite a bit more of a capable aircraft, and it did take that's why there were so few made, and there were actually only 14. Poor proctoring on my part. I thought after I sent the question off to Charlie there, I realized that I had erred in the picking the obvious answers, because the answer Delta 14 aircraft stood out as the obvious answer. And as soon as I sent the thing off, I realized I had done a poor job with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the question. The C-74 is an interesting airplane, and I wanted to remember it and strategic airlift, the birth of the concept of carrying large loads long distances. If that covers the question of the day, we have time for a quick 73 round, so I'll go through that. Let me take a quick standby, see if we have any last-minute check-ins. Any last call for check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net? Call now, W5OG. Hey, let's go through the list for the 73 round, and K0ZNC is still in there, so Don, go ahead for the 73 round. Bring him in if you would there, Bob. K1BOB, W5OG.
K1BOB, Don, you're up. There he is.
Real fine. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bill, for just being there. Do appreciate it. What's down again? That's me for. I don't know how you did. This is the thing I got. Everybody have a good one. It's warming up here pretty quick. It's already about 65 or so. And my son's high is about 75. So back to the pretty fast today. 7 degrees, everybody. Have a great one. Today's Thursday. We should be at 6 tomorrow also.
K1BOB, back to net.
Okay, fine, Don, 7-3 to you. Have a good day, and that worked out great also with the simulcast there, Bob. Thank you. All right, let's see if Rick is still there. W0COS in the 50-year-old motorhome there. You're you're up there, Rick, for the 73 round if you're still there. W5OG. W0COS, are you there, Rick? Yes, he's moved on. Let's see. I think KQ4 KJV was one and done, but let me just see if he's still there. Jim, are you still with us? KQ4 KJV W5OG. Hey, he's not there. How about John, Kilo Charlie 7 Bravo Juliet Yankee? Are you still with us, John? You're up for the 73 round, W5OG. I don't hear John. Let's go to Mike. And Mike, I do appreciate your help with NetLogger. It all worked out great in the end there. I've still got I've got an error there with W5PIX, but that's my fault. I put him as not heard, but I'll need to change that, and I'll take care of it here shortly. But go ahead for the 73 round, Mike, WW5ENZ, you're up, W5OG.
Okay, W5OG, great net today. Yeah, conditions weren't too terrible. I could hear pretty much everybody locally. Just a couple that I had to go to SDR. Anyway, yes, great. And there was a couple of squirrely things that happened early on. I don't know. I think all three of us or something were maybe doing something different. I don't know. I guess, I don't know, and I don't know, even my name got erased there for a while. But anyway, we got it straight, and everybody take care, and I'll see you Saturday morning, because I got an appointment tomorrow, but Saturday morning, we'll see you. And I already sent a question over there to let's see, K41EB, and so there should be a nice little question come up on the screen on Saturday too. So anyway, take care, and 73 everybody, WW5ENZ, we're out.
Mike, again, appreciate it, and yeah, I think if we send the questions to Charlie, he can put it on live stream. Really helps out a lot. Folks don't have to, it's always there for you to see. All right, let's go to the commander, K1BOB, 73 Bob, W5OG.
K1BOB, W5OG in the net. Great net today. I love the question there. I learned something. When things get out of order, it gets weird. I followed Don, tell you the truth. He has a habit of getting them right most of the time. Well done, K0ZMC. And yeah, I'll have a question for tomorrow, and you can guess what aircraft that'll be about. But the wing sweep on it, and it'll be just a simple true or false. You'll learn something. And I am sending Charlie the question I just finished off here as we speak, and I'm going to send him some pictures too that align with the question. And when I send pictures and stuff, they can be good hints to the answers to the question. So with that, good to hear everybody. And Chief Mike, thank you very much for doing NetLogger. We tend to rely on it, that's for sure. And if you want to make a controller panic, have it not run. Q1BOB. Back to you, Dale. Thanks again.
All right, Bob, mighty fine. And I forgot to mention that the C-74 was featured in that the Italian Job. If you recall that movie, I don't remember that specifically, but I read about it here on the internet, and it says it was in the filming of that movie. So that's kind of interesting as well. All right, let's go to John, WA6LJS 73 round, John W5OG.
Okay, real good, Dale.
Dale, W5OG, WA6LJS. Great net. I missed part of it. I had to go out. I've got a crew of weed whackers working now. We had rain last night, and all the weeds are wet, and I told them I didn't think they would want to do that, because when I try to cut weeds with the whacker when they're wet, it gets all gummed up. But they don't seem to mind, so they're cutting away there. But I had to go out and make sure that they don't hit the coax cables. I told them there's 1,000 watts running through that stuff, and there really isn't, but I told them you don't want to cut that coax. So they'll have to whack the weeds around that, because I've got about 100 yards of coax running out to the tower there. So they got to be very careful. Other than that, back to you, and thanks for running things. W5OG, WA6LJS.
John, mighty fine. I'm doing some research or trying to figure out if there is a C-74 on display someplace, and I'm not having much luck with it. Somebody indicated there on the internet that there used to be one on display there at Kelly, and but I'm not sure. I don't think that's correct. I think that was a different aircraft. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go to Willie, KJ5BWB, 73 round Willie, W5OG.
W5OG, KJ5BWB, 73s, everyone. Good question. I came into it blind, even got to learn a little. So back to net control. We'll talk to y'all later, KJ5BWB, 73.
Okay, Willie, maybe we'll see you over on Echolink there. Hope so. 7-3 to you and 7-3 to Chris as we go by his number 10 there. And let's go to Lee, N5BE, 7-3 round, Lee.
Yeah, W5OG, N5BE. I really enjoyed this today. I love history questions like this. In 1970, when I was stationed at Fort Hood at Robert Gray Army Airfield, 10,000-foot runway there in West Fort Hood, it used to be an Air Force base, and there was a C-124 piled up down at the southern end of the runway off in the brush, landing gear ripped off. So I don't know if he landed short or what. Never heard the history of it. It was full of copperheads, so I didn't get to go explore it. But it was still there in 1971 when I got discharged out of the Army. I doubt it's still there. All right, we'll see you guys Saturday, 73, everybody, N5BE.
Hey. All right, Lee, mighty fine. On display, but not intentionally. By accident, I guess. All right, 7-3 to you, Lee, and have fun at the zoo tomorrow. KF7GJO, Sparky, 7-3 round, W5OG. All right, fine. Fine, Carl. Yeah, we'll start getting ready for that big event. All right, Tom, KA4YES. You're up for the 73 round, Tom, W5OG. All right, Tom. Yeah, the amp's cutting in and out on you. I can hear you barely when the amp is off, and I can tell that it's not working. I'm going to use your question next Thursday there, Tom, so everybody can relax and look forward to an interesting question, perhaps, for a change. Joe, W5ABI, 7-3, Joe, W5OG.
Yeah, W5ABI. Good ask, Dale. Copied just about everybody. You were a good signal the whole time. Thanks for running the net. 73's all the Flyers. W5OG, W5ABI.
Joe, 7-3, WB2JJO, Ray, 7-3, Ray, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJO. Outstanding net, Dale, that's for sure. I just want to say one more thing there. It's good to look at Charlie's display to put a face with a voice. So now I know what you look like. Hi. Thank you very much for that. It was a very good question, and I enjoyed it. We'll see you all tomorrow. W5OG, WB2JZO, 7-3 all.
Hey, Ray. Yeah, I particularly enjoy him, Charlie, walking through that C-17 when he reappears there. That's pretty interesting. He adds a lot of spice to his live stream. All right, speaking of Charlie, K4YDB, 7-3 round, Charlie, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. You got me laughing over here. Yeah, that's kind of interesting the way that does it. It looks kind of weird sometimes. I sit here, my arm disappears, you know. It's like, what the heck is going on here? Anyway, it's fun, and thanks for all the comments, guys. I do appreciate it, and I really do enjoy doing it. So anyway, 73s, everybody have a good day. And I may drop down on Echolink for just a few minutes. It's K4YDB back to net.
Good, Charlie. We'll see you on Echolink. All right, Bob, K2SJP, 7-3, Bob, W5OG.
W5OG, K2SJP. Thank you for running the net, Dale. We'll be over on Echolink. And by the way, we got knocked down by the FAA on the sports pilot license because maximum takeoff weight is 1350. The 172 is several hundred more pounds than that. So we're renewing our private. And we got a medical tomorrow afternoon with the FAA doctor for a third again. So unfortunately, that sport pilot license thing did not work out. W5OG, K2SJP.
Well, I thought they had changed that, Bob, and I'm disappointed in hearing that. 1,350 pounds, that's not too much of an airplane, really. That's more the sport category. Light sport aircraft, the LSA. All right, well, we'll talk about that some more later, perhaps on Echolink there. 7-3 to you and 7-3 to Steve, K6PX. Let's go to Uncle Cliff, W5PIX Mobile, 7-3 round, Cliff, W5OG.
W5OG, W5PIX, well, good question. And I was corrected. I had to go into the review there. It's a 124 that Bob also flew there, NX6RG. So that's, I was wrong, but that's a big airplane too. So anyways, anybody gets the opportunity to look at the video on the Dayton Air Museum there, and they do take you on a little tour, so that's what I just did. My tire man is here, and he's busy out there working on it, and he's fixing to put it all back together. So with that, I will be on Echolink, and everybody have a good day, and like Charlie and some of them say, we'll do this again tomorrow. And hope, Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. And of course, it's gray and cloudy, and they're calling for the possibility of some moisture. And to my friend WA6, well, I really messed up. WA6LJS. Be lucky that you're getting rain. I remember when we were a long time, everybody always begged for it. And I always kept saying, man, with water shortage, well, you might have to take a shower with a friend. There you go. Anyways, back to you, Dale. W5OG, W5PIX. Too many W's.
Hey, Cliff. Have a good day. Be careful there. We'll see you on Echolink. Mike, KQ6E, 7-3 round, Mike, W5OG. Hey, Mike, 7-3. Have a good golf outing there tomorrow, and we'll see you on Saturday there. Art, WX7 Lima Lima, 7-3 round, Art, W5OG. Art, yep, 7-3 to you. Have a mighty fine day. Let's go to James, KG5 PTE, 7-3 round, James, W5OG.
All right, W5OG and the net, KG5 PTE. All very good there, Dale. Well, wife and I are going to go to Texas Roadhouse this evening, and celebrate our 32nd wedding anniversary today. So 32 years today, April 25th, 1992. Don and I got married in Niceville, Florida, while I was only an E4 senior airman. I was a buck sergeant in the Air Force, and we got married at a church there in Niceville, Florida, there right outside of Eglin. And anyway, what else I was going to tell Bob, K2SJP, if he's still listening. The United States Postal Service told me that it normally takes about 7 business days for a letter to come from Florida to Texas coming through the Jacksonville terminal. So 7 business days is what they're saying, not calendar days. So if it don't arrive today, they said to give it 7 business days, and then after that, then we can go to the next base. So if you're listening, Bob, that's the answer from the post office. And I meant to tell you that yesterday. Back to net, KG5PT, 7-3.
Hey, James, a lot of trouble with the interference there on the SCR, but I got most of that. 7-3 to you, and we'll see you over on Echolink, hopefully, and all that interference will clear right up. All right, this is the end of the list as I have it. Did I miss anybody on that initial trip through, or the second trip through the list there? Did I miss anyone on the 73 round? Call now, W5OG. Yeah, Tom, I hear you now. K4YES, W5OG. All right, thank you, Tom, and God bless you, and all the flyers. This is W5OG, and that concludes the Thursday edition of the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. My thanks to everyone that participated, and thanks for your patience with the question. I'll do a little better job with the question next week. So come back and join us next Thursday. We'll have somebody else will provide a question there. You don't have to depend on my simple questions. 7-3 for now. Everybody have a great day, and I enjoyed the net and do appreciate the participation. W5OG now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club Net, returning the frequency to normal amateur use. See you over on Echolink, those that can make it. W5OG clear.